Friends, welcome to my workplace for hands-on Phaco and SICS training. Let us observe this totally unedited surgery. This is a cataract with silicone oil filled vitreous cavity. So we are going to start the case. Few drops of moxifloxacin over the ocular surface. After thorough cleaning of the ocular surface, applying few drops of povidone iodine. And now this is the main incision with a 2.8 mm steel keratome at around 11 o'clock. I am sitting at the head end of the patient and the main incision is at around 11 o'clock. The main incision has been placed on the posterior aspect of the limbus, including some capillaries. And now there are some silicone oil particles, emulsified silicone oil bubbles that has been replaced by visco. And this is a side port on the left side of the main incision. And now capsulorhexis is to be done. The microscope is Lumera-T from JIPMER. Stereocoaxial illumination has produced beautiful red glow, and I am trying to do rhexis by the Iterator forceps itself. Staining of the anterior capsule is not necessary when the cataract is immature and we have such good red glow by the stereocoaxial illumination of a microscope. And now hydrodissection is to be done. BSS is injected just underneath the anterior capsular rim. It goes along the posterior surface of the epinucleus and it goes towards the opposite equator. The nucleus is very soft and the nucleus is to be just aspirated. So we are going to do phaco aspiration. In phaco aspiration, vacuum takes the main role, and in between we apply few bursts of low ultrasonic energy. So just sucking of the lens matter, and by the silicone oil there is some upthrust, upward push of the posterior capsule. When the irrigation pressure is okay, when the irrigation pressure is there, then the posterior capsule goes backward. As soon as the phaco needle is taken off, the posterior capsule comes anteriorly. I have injected some viscoelastic substance and now this is aspiration of the cortex. This is a 23 gauge Simcoe cannula. It goes through a small side port. Size of this side port is about 1.7 millimeter. The side port is made 90 degree away from the main wound so that astigmatism induced by the main wound is neutralized to some extent by the side port. The antechamber has been filled up with visco. The main wound is being enlarged by 0.1 or 0.2 millimeter. So the main wound, which was about 2.8 and now has become about 3 millimeter or maybe 3.1 millimeter. Now here goes the intraocular lens. This is sensor single piece lens from Johnson & Johnson. Beautiful material. Glistening doesn't occur in the optic of this intraocular lens. No financial interest, but I have interest in the patient or in the vision of the patient. in the contrast sensitivity of the patient. Those lenses that have glistening in the long run definitely causes less contrast sensitivity. That is my humble opinion. The lens has been dialed in such a way that the haptics have taken positions at around 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock, and now is the time to remove the visco. This patient is going to the vitreoretinal surgeon just after the surgery for silicone oil removal. And now let us think how to manage a cataract in a silicone oil filled eye, silicone oil filled vitreous cavity. There is always some upthrust by the silicone oil, and the posterior capsule will come out as soon as we remove the handpiece. In such cases, we can do inject visco through side port and to maintain the anterior chamber depth. I didn't do that, but that can be done. And next, we have to be very careful when we remove the lens material, and if the cataract is hard, if we chop and do a lot of maneuvers, we have to take care of the posterior capsule, because the posterior capsule always keeps coming upward. Here the visco has been nicely removed, the wounds had been nicely sealed, and the case is concluded. Thank you very much for your attention. Hope this video will help you in developing your surgical skills. Be a great surgeon and serve your patients with love, respect, compassion, and great surgical competence.